which gives you an option to invest into China sitting in India. How does the scheme work? And what has been the flow picture for this scheme? Niranjan Avasthi, SVP and Head of Products and Marketing and Digital Business for Edelweiss Mutual Fund, joins us now. Ranjan, what has been the trend so far for Edelweiss China Fund? Have you got inflows? Have you got suddenly folks who were just ignoring this scheme? Have the conversation started?
Hi, Nikunj. Good morning, and thanks for having me. As far as this fund goes, we have seen a very interesting shift over the last week or so. People have been buying more of China through this fund because there are very limited options from India for retail investors to invest in China. And we are seeing some positive inflows in China, and particularly Edelweiss Greater China Offshore Fund. Uh, at the moment, I mean, if I don't have exact numbers, but yes, investors who are waiting to buy China, who are skeptics, are slowly turning believer, and these are the investors who are coming in big way in this fund.
But does it seem like more tactical money or strategic allocation to China?
Good question. I think so. Some of it is tactical because China has gained momentum and people are trying to play that momentum. Uh, in past also we had seen last year there was a slight upsurge in China. However, it didn't stay for long and there were flows. But this time I think so, when skeptics have turned believers of China as an economy, there are multiple reasons. And on your channel and other channels also, people have been talking about the way fiscal measures have been put in by the Chinese government and Chinese officials has been the first time, because till last 1.5 year, China economy has not been doing well. But we have seen a lot of monetary policies and a lot of piecemeal reforms. However, this time it's a good collage of monetary as well as fiscal policies, because of which skeptics who were waiting on the sidelines have now turned believers, and they are maybe trying to play China tactically.
Okay. But in terms of the India interest, has the India interest suddenly multiplied in last 1 week? Because in last 1 week, everybody is now talking about money moving into China. So have you got like serious amount of inflows, or these are just at query levels where curiosity is high, commitment is low?
No, in terms of curiosity, Nikunj, in last couple of months, we've been talking to investors. A lot of smart investors or smart asset allocators have been looking for this move, and they were waiting on the sidelines because uh, people knew that China economy is not doing well, and because of that, the valuations were at multi-decadal lows. The China PE was trading around 10. Uh, at good times in 2020, 21, we had seen this PE level go almost 18 times. From there, a cut of maybe around 70-80% was making a lot of investors interested in China. So we've been talking with many investors. They were just waiting, and now I think so they are actually putting in money into these funds. While new queries have also gone up, but I think so people who had been looking at China for you know couple of months now have actually invested money in this fund now.
But Niranjan, what sectors within China are seeing inflows, and what is your own fund, a diversification? Because uh, real estate, that one go-to sector when it comes to China, that's been quite volatile. I mean, sure, they've relaxed the home buying rules there, and suddenly you had the property stocks jump up. But I don't know how sustainable a move that seems to be.
Right. So property sector is an important sector as far as China is concerned. And that sector, if you see the property index on the equity side is up almost 35-40% in last 1 week's time. Uh, this fund particularly is trying to play three themes in China. One is the consumption, because if you see in the last 2-3 years, the contribution of consumption to the overall GDP growth has come down drastically. It's because of the consumer confidence have been quite low. So on the consumption side, there are multiple opportunities which this fund has been bullish on. The second opportunity is within the technology. China is looking for two things. One is technological self-sufficiency, which opens up many opportunities within the semiconductors and other tech sector. A second within the tech is, the whole new digitization wave, whether it is small and medium businesses in China, like in India and in any other country, they are trying to digitize their entire operations. That is one play. Within technology, China is also very big when it comes to robotics, which have been used in manufacturing. So that is the third place within technology. The fund is being overweight. The third theme is carbon neutrality, because China is very, very large player when it comes to electric vehicles, when it comes to solar panels, solar cells, and there are multiple opportunities in this space as well. So these are the three opportunities that we have been playing, and the fund manager has been bullish on. And in this, if you see, the direct exposure to property or residential developers have been actually zero for many, many years now, because that is where you rightly pointed out the pain is. And slowly it will take some time for this entire sector to revive.
So China was shut last week. So when it will open tomorrow, what happens to investors who've invested in the fund a week ago, 10 days ago?
Yeah. So our fund, Greater China Fund, invest in three stock markets. One is the mainland China market, which is including A shares and all, the Shanghai market. The second is the Hong Kong market, and the third is Taiwan market. The Shanghai market is closed for the national holiday, and it will open on 8th. Hang Seng market and Taiwan market continues to be open, and the NAV of the fund has been being published. There have been inflows. Now there is a belief that, because Hang Seng market has been running up and Shanghai market was closed, when it opens up, there could be a gap up. But it's only an hope. So if that happens, people who have invested in the last 1 week may benefit out of that surge when the Shanghai market opens tomorrow.
Appreciate your time. So glad you could join us. And thank you for simply breaking it for us as to where is the China fund headed. If you are watching the show, if you want to invest in China, what are the options there for you, and how indirectly you can bet on it.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits, and then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.